Hello friends, this is Taylor Payton of TayPayArt.com and ArtMaxion.com bringing you another video today. So the subject of today's video is pretty much, are artists afraid to sell? And basically what I've come to the conclusion of is not really. Tons of artists can be found selling different products in the digital marketplaces all around the internet, such as the ArtStation store, Gumroad, CubeBrush, and even on their own sites. Basically, artists aren't really that scared to put their, hard-earned skill out there for money, whether in like a tutorial or an ebook or something of that nature, even assets they create like brushes or different shape packs or whatever. So it's not really about being afraid to sell. What I see a lot more of is artists being afraid to promote. Now, promotion is sort of a dirty word in the art world. It's like you have this idea of, a promotion being very pompous, very pious, like you're going to just kind of sell yourself. And that's always sort of a weird thing to do. It's always kind of an odd thing to navigate. And I'll admit, I am not great at this. I have, kind of pumped out things in social media channels simply because I wanted to drive traffic to some of my own courses and products, and it's worked okay for me. I've been able to make, some months $200, some months almost nothing, some months 500. It's been pretty scattered, but then again, that's kind of my life story. My efforts are always kind of all over the place because that's kind of my nature, kind of my tendency, something that I have to learn to focus and work with. But at any rate, it's essentially about learning how to promote yourself and your work without being real weird about it, right? So what is weird about it kind of connotate for you? What does that come to in terms of like letting people know what it is you're trying to get their attention for? Why are you in their face or on their feed for whatever reason? Now, again, I don't feel immensely qualified in this area, but I have had some successes, and I wanted to share what has worked for me and also document where I'm at in my journey so that later on, when I hopefully get better at it, you'll be able to see those results and then kind of follow in the footsteps and not make the same mistakes that I will make along the way. So first and foremost, I want to say you cannot promote with shame. You cannot have any shame about what it is you're promoting, otherwise that will come through in some capacity. You'll feel like a resistance inside the same way that you would if you were very scared to like ink a drawing. That's one of the best ways I can put it. Like imagine you've just done this awesome, rough pencil sketch and you're ready to lay down your inks, or you've, done a good digital sketch and you're making the next layer, and there's just this fear there. There's like this hesitation to really get laying down in terms of your lines and getting to create a really awesome second iteration. That's what it feels like if you are holding back and have shame when you promote. It will come through in the final product of the promotion in some way, shape, or form, and that is something that is really going to hold you back. And even if you somehow manage to, subvert the shame, you're going to promote less as a result of feeling those feelings because they're negative feelings and we try to avoid pain as humans. So in that kind of capacity, you really want to make sure that you're kind of hashing out with yourself, whether it's in a journal, a Word document. You could even sketch out, some of your feelings, whatever helps you with the emotional side of it. Or even if you need to make some logical leaps to figure out that it's okay to promote. The reason why you would want to promote your stuff is because you get more opportunity as a result. Limited exposure means limited opportunity. So that means that if you're not comfortable promoting your stuff, then it's really probably best for you to get a studio job, or just to be really, really nice to the art directors you're currently working with and ask them for connections into the next, couple freelance gigs, because you're going to have a very difficult time making it on your own unless you focused so hard on your art and you're one of those 1%, 1 to 2% upper artists that just have reached mastery or have some sort of interesting superlative, which I'll talk about in later videos. Now, I myself haven't found that either, but again, I will document the journey and sort of just kind of spin off of what I have seen work and kind of posit some ideas for you and some ideas for myself moving forward. Basically, another tenet you want to think about when you're promoting is not to be very, you don't want to be too cocky, right? You don't want to have like this huge ego that's just like blasting people in the face, because that's a massive turnoff and you're going to get the wrong response from the attention you're trying to get. You know, it's like when a kid misbehaves, they're trying to get attention, whether they know it or not. You're not trying to get the best kind of attention, but you're going to get it. And if you do the wrong kind of cocky, haughty behaviors in your promotions, whether it's on video or whether you have a podcast or whatever you're trying to get out there, then you're just going to turn people off. And then you're kind of doing the opposite of what you want, which is to get people excited and get people attentive to what it is you're trying to put out there. So instead of being cocky, just be confident. You know, just come through with a very transparent, very clear, very authentic self, you know, and that is what people want to see. That's what people show up for time and time again. And that is what I aim to convey when I'm doing this sort of thing. It's like, I'm not trying to hide anything. I'm not trying to let you, think that I have everything figured out or that I have this humongous backing of experience. It's more so about just documenting what's going on and having a baseline of confidence that allows me to operate in a way that feels natural, that feels good. The last thing I will say about self-promotion is that you want to have some sort of polarizing element, but you don't want to be too polarizing. There's a fine balance to be struck here. You see, when you're polarizing people, it's sort of a marketing thing. It's like, to use a really political example, like Democrats versus Republicans or liberals versus conservatives, like those are immensely polarizing things. And people are going to take one side or the other, one team or the other. Do you go to art school? Do you not go to art school? Do you work traditionally? Do you work digitally? It's like those are the types of things that people will get into groups about, and the people who are with you will really rally to your side very quickly. But the people who are not will take the opposing stance, and you'll have to be ready for that as well. So essentially, if you can find a point that you truly believe in, then stand for it. Just hold on to those points when you're promoting and really try to find some group of people that you're trying to connect with. Realize, kind of use your emotional intelligence to find out what they're looking for and give that to them in terms of like the stance you're taking. And that will allow you to, have much more loyal and much more attentive fans or followers or what have you, whatever word you want to use. And that will get you better results than if you're just sort of in the middle, if you're just sort of hodgepodge. So for me, I'm taking the stance that it is a good thing to promote your own stuff, especially if you are an independent artist. You almost have no other choice unless you're going to hire a marketing agency to figure out how to do that for you. So in this case, I'm saying yes, you should definitely promote, you should definitely sell, you should definitely put food on your table and take care of your family. That is just obvious in my mind. I will defend that point up and down the ladder. And that is why, there are people out there who's like, oh, you're selling out or you're doing this. It's not selling out if it feels authentic to you. It's only selling out if it feels inauthentic. And again, that will come across because you'll lessen your confidence. Your degree of believability will just go like this. And that's, again, not what we want. We want people to connect with us. We want people to understand where we're coming from, and we want the groups of people that we're trying to connect with. So I think that's about enough for now. I'm really happy to be making videos for the channel again. We are almost at 17K subs, and that is insane to me. It's been such a crazy journey just going through like all these different phases and jobs that I've had, while mostly like freelancing, doing a bunch of other things like working in my dad's construction company. And that was by choice. I took like a break, but more about that later. I'll have a personal vlog up after this one because clearly I have some things to tell the channel. But until then, I just want you to think about those points. I have a blog post for you as well. If you're more of a reader and you want to take in information that way about promotion, then there's a blog post linked in the description box. So check that out. It's pretty much what I said here, just in more short, concise form. And with that, I will leave you for the next video. If you haven't already, please subscribe, like, all that good stuff. It really helps the channel grow, which means I can take on less freelance, which means I can do more of this. And that's always a rad thing for me because I love autonomy, I love to learn, and I love having the freedom to do those things. So that is all I want to say for now. Thank you again for all of the support. It means the absolute world to me. I have recently lowered the prices to all my courses down to the most affordable level possible while still feeling like I'm not gypping myself and all the hard work I put into them. So beginner drawing course, beginner painting course, and even the Art Maxion full, spectrum of courses, all those things are now as affordable as I can possibly make them, just in the interest of having more funds to play with and invest in new equipment like this iPad I'm working on, or other things that will allow me to create better and faster and more efficiently to keep up with this ongoing evoluting wave of life and technology and art and creativity. So again, thank you for watching. I'm Taylor Payton of TayPayArt.com and ArtMaxion.com, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy creating.